Hey guys, so before starting this vlog, I did want to jump in here and say that I'm not dismissive of anything that's happening in the world, so please check the description box for information. Also do your own research. I'm hoping you're all using your voices to advocate, and yeah, I hope this video gives you a little bit of joy during this time.
Hi everybody, I'm Jessica Nicole Dickerson and welcome back to another vlog. Ooh, and if you're new here, just subscribe because I know you're gonna love this content. Yes, I'm feeling cocky, I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'm starting a new weekly vlog. It's Tuesday we don't know what day it is in this house. Tuesday the 26th, and I had another meeting with my Shakespeare company, doing virtual Shakespeare. So if you don't know, I did vlog last week where I talked kind of about this, and there's a funny clip from that show, so you should go watch that vlog. But yeah, so I had another meeting tonight. I didn't film it because we weren't doing anything fun. We were just doing some technical Zoom things so people know what to do, what not to do. And I realized, since I don't update my computer or any app ever, that I have a lot of updates that I need to do. Yeah, adulting. Little basic things that I should have done already, but I didn't. So yeah, so this is the last week of the Asian Read-a-thon, so I really want to read a lot of books. I don't know how I'll actually be able to do this because I think the last day of the month is Sunday, and I have to read Of Curses and Kisses. I have it available through NetGalley. It came out so long ago. I still haven't reviewed it, but I really want to get it done because I have the audiobook available on Libby. So I want to read that. That's priority. Oh, and if I'm being quite honest, I'm on volume 6 of Waiting for Spring. I purchased 10 volumes in the last 4 days. Do you do that thing when you're online shopping and you know you can get digital copies of things, that you just buy the first 2 and you're like, if I like it, maybe I'll get more. We'll see. And then you end up buying them all, like, because it's digital, it's right there. And I have when it comes to manga, I love binging the series, so it's so hard not to just read them all in one night. I've been staying up till 2 a.m. the last couple nights just reading it, and then I'll realize my eyes hurt and that it's so late, and I'm like, oh, I should sleep. It's also really interesting to me because all of the contemporary that I have with me right now are all diverse contemporaries. Like, a lot of it is people of color, so that's really exciting to me. I just realized that I don't have a single contemporary YA book that isn't about a person of color, which is just exciting because I have Jackpot by Nick Stone, I have Clap When You Land, I have Little and Lion, I Want to Be Where You Are, I had some Jacqueline Woodson books, so that's really funny to me because y'all know my priorities. People of color, man. And the other 2 books that I really would love to finish this month, in the few days we have left in this month, are Somewhere Only We Know and Love from A to Z. I said that wrong. Yeah. So these are priorities. Their audiobooks are very short, and I think right now they're both available on Scribd because I haven't listened to anything on Scribd this month. Yeah, so those are my reading plans, and I do want to do a lot of reading, but I also still have to manage all of the meetings that I have for my acting career because I'm still meeting tons of people, Zoom meetings, FaceTimes. Yeah, so we're gonna balance that out. We're gonna see what happens. We also are fighting my laziness, so we will see. So somehow this happened. Oh god, and as you can see, I did not read as much as I wanted to last night. So it's now Wednesday the 27th, and I need to read. I need to finish Of Curses and Kisses because I think it's gonna run out at 7 p.m. today. So that's definitely what I'm hunkering down to do. I did read a little bit yesterday, and it seems interesting. Boarding school environment. Mid-banana. I kind of forgot to tell you guys about what Of Curses and Kisses is, the synopsis. So basically, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I'm interested in that aspect because it's contemporary. I think it's gonna have fantastical elements. I don't know about that, but I know it's a retelling. It's contemporary, so they're going to the same boarding school, and they're of it's they're fancy. One's a princess of a monarch, and the other one is from the previous colonizers. Gray Emerson was he's a descendant of the colonizers who colonized India. We're not going to talk about that, because if she ends up liking him, and I think that's the whole story, so I'm already a little shook. So I figured I'd update you a little better. It's been a minute because my battery died and I had to charge it. So I charged it for a few hours and then I recorded a few videos. So been a productive day. I'm very excited. And you may notice that I'm wearing makeup. I kind of hope it looks really cool. So I filmed my TBR and everyone's been doing like really fun makeup for the Myth Take Read-a-thon. So yeah, make sure you check that video out, because I think that's out for this. So check that video out if you haven't. But I'm actually going to take it off because I have a dance rehearsal, because in our Shakespeare play, we're going to have a little dance break. And then, oh, my reading update. I'm 56% of the way through of Curses and Kisses. I'm enjoying it. It's shaping up to be a good 3-star. I think it's interesting. The most interesting part of the story is definitely the secrecy. The family complexities about what you want to do with your life is really interesting. But, you know, it's just not my new obsession. I'm not totally shipping these two, and I don't really know why. Maybe because I just don't see them in my head as like a couple, or like a long-lasting couple. I don't see the love yet, but they kind of definitely like each other. They've been mentioning it a lot. There's definitely a lot of physical attraction between the two. She keeps mentioning his muscles every second of the day, and I'm like, damn, okay, let it go. And I think they kind of like each other because they get on each other's nerves and bring out like different aspects within themselves. I don't know, it's definitely a little odd, the romance, but I'm really liking the secrecy. The political aspect that's happening with people trying to manipulate her into doing things, Jaya into doing things that she doesn't really want to do, is very interesting. Obviously, how am I looking for fantasy like political aspects in a contemporary romance? Ugh. I know, I'm trash for fantasy, but I am kind of digging the contemporary vibes. And as I said earlier, I'm on volume 8 of Waiting for Spring, the cutest book. I don't know why, I just love shoujo manga so much, because I think it's all about those like first like really innocent moments of like, oh, she held my hand, oh, he gave me a hug. Like, it's just so innocent and cute, and just I live for it. So yeah, which is interesting comparing to like a regular YA romance. I'm like, okay, cool. So it's very interesting. It's super late. It's not even that late. It's only 9:30, but it's late and I'm so tired. But I did it. I finished Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon, and I'm very content with the story. At the beginning, I was like more interested in like the character dynamics and the stakes they had with their own families, and not much about like the romance. But now, as like the story has concluded, there was so many like kind of magically cute, not too much magic period in the story, but there was a lot of magical moments that really made me like the two characters. I really enjoyed how they faced their problems at the end. I thought it was very cute. I thought it was very topical about talking to your parents. It was just really, it was really touching. So I think I'm gonna give it, like, I'm kind of leaning towards a 4-star now, but it was definitely a 3-star for most of the book. It was just like, okay. As soon as like a certain point hit in the middle of the book where you really felt the genuine feelings and you felt that the complexities of real life were like real, like things just started to hit different. So I think I'm gonna do like a 3.5 or 3.7 if I'm gonna be that particular. So it's finally come to that time in the night where I pick up a new book. I'm gonna write my NetGalley review tomorrow because I'm exhausted and I have very little words to give right now. But I definitely want to start cranking down on this. I don't know why I said it like that. Cracking down on this because I've been in such a reading mood. And I don't know too much about this. I haven't read any Maureen Gu books either. So I'm really excited because I know she's a bunch out, and if I like this, I know this is her most recent one, but if I like this, I'm really excited because that means I have a bunch more books to purchase, which is probably not a good thing because I'm obsessed with buying too many books. So it's the next day. It's Thursday, I think the 28th of May, and I woke up. I had my 8 a.m. meeting. It was so hard to wake up on time, like, and be awake, but I like kind of woke up at 7:20. I just put on like some mascara and some like blush and like a little bit of lipstick, so I look cute for this people, you know what I mean. The meeting was also really fast, so I was very grateful for that. It was like 20 minutes. So then I had coffee and I just ordered breakfast, and I wanted to show you the beauty of this. So something in Hawaii that's really like well known is something called a loco moco, which is like a layer of gravy, some rice, like a burger patty, and eggs, and it's like the tastiest thing. Let me show you. Look how beautiful this is, and I don't think you know, like, notice how big it is. It's like a massive patty the size of my head and so much gravy. I'm really looking forward to eating this. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos while I eat. And then for a little reading update, I did start Somewhere Only We Know, and I am planning on finishing it today because it's only a 4-hour audiobook since I listened to it in double speed, and I'm liking it. It's cute. I feel like it's gonna get straight to the plot because right now I'm in a like 50 pages in, and she's lost in Hong Kong, and I think she's about to bump into this guy. I also find the fact that that she's a K-pop star and he's kind of like a paparazzi photo taker really interesting, and I feel like immediately I have a great understanding of their personalities, and it just seems like it's gonna be a really fun read already. Hey guys, so it's actually pretty late. It's 11 o'clock on Friday night, May 29th, and I think everyone can agree that this week has been very emotional and not fun. So hopefully my vlog brings you a little bit of comfort and a little bit of joy, but I just wanted to quickly say that I'm really proud of the people who have spoken up, non-black people and black people. I'm very proud, and I really hope you guys are all trying to stay as safe as humanly possible. It takes a lot of bravery to stand up against brutality, against violence, against all this stuff that's happening, and I feel like I'm not doing enough. So now getting into more fun stuff, or a little bit more lighthearted stuff. I haven't finished Somewhere Only We Know, sadly, not yet. I'm still like 80 pages into it. This is so far like just a really fun romance. Like, it's kind of almost even hard to not like want to give this 5 stars because it's just outrageously cute. They meet so quickly, and it's kind of this crazy whirlwind of a situation. It's just humorous, and the two characters are so humorous and fun. So yeah. Oh my god, I just realized you can see my toothbrush in the shot. That's really funny. My desk is so messy, so just ignore that. But okay, that's my little update. I probably won't update you again tonight because I'm exhausted. What's up, guys? I don't know if I've said, but it's Saturday. This may be the first clip. I really don't know what I've done in this vlog. I don't remember anything, to be honest. It's been one of those kind of weeks, but I finally finished Somewhere Only We Know by Maureen Gu, and wow, I'm kind of blown away because this story, I don't know if I haven't told you what the story is about, but basically it's a story about a K-pop star meeting this guy who's not even a fan of like K-pop music or anything. They meet in Hong Kong one night in a hotel. The guy is like works for the tabloids, and so obviously there is some complications between the two, but it was just like this really cute love story that just came together so well. The character dynamics, the character development, they were just so fun from the get-go. Like, you really knew who this person was from the beginning. And though I kind of don't really like insta love or stories that take place within like 24 hours, I really enjoyed this because I feel like it was truthful and fun. Like, it wasn't too serious where it's like, oh, I can't love you, or, you know, like sometimes these romances can like take themselves too seriously, but they had just really thought-provoking stuff that people would talk about on the first date, like, what are your dreams, and oh my god, really, you're like, what are you doing, why aren't you trying anything else, why aren't you taking any risks? And it was just really cute, and I really completely fell in love with the story, and I'm so happy I finally read it and finished it, and I'm really looking forward to more from Maureen Gu's work. If all her other contemporaries are just as good, I am here for it. Comment down below if you've read any of her previous books, but I'm really looking forward to it. Since I still have today and tomorrow to read Asian Read-a-thon stuff, I'm gonna start my next book. So I'm gonna totally read Love from A to Z from S.K. Ali. So I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard nothing but great things. The audiobook is 5 hours, so maybe I'll even finish it today. Living my best life in books. They make me so happy. Okay, so I'm like 50 pages, or 54 pages to be exact. And I was looking at some YouTube videos too while I was listening to the audiobook. And I'm not sure how I feel right now. I'm definitely, if I'm being honest, not really invested in the story. I can't put my finger on what exactly I'm not vibing with, because it's clear that the dude has taken interest in the girl, but I don't really know why, besides the fact that like she has a bright smile. Like besides that, that's like all he has. And the fact that they have this journal where they like to write down marvels and oddities, which I also like. Literally in the very first page it explains their fascination with like marking or recording down marvels and oddities in life. And I still don't really get the stake in that, like how they were so fixated at 14 and 16 about finding a book about marvels and oddities, and then to start doing a journal of that. Maybe because they explained that concept within one page, and now we've completely committed to it, and every single like, not chapter, but almost sub-chapter, like almost every other page when we switch perspectives, it talks about a marvel and an oddity, and it's described very like clearly, like the clear tables or something. I'm hoping that, because it's only 50 pages, when the characters become more involved, like when he finds something else to like about her besides the fact that she, you know, has a nice smile, maybe then I'll like it more. I'm hopeful. So it's the next day. It's Sunday, May 31st, the very last day of the Asian Read-a-thon, and I have finished like my 13th book of this week. I know that number sounds crazy, but realize like 10 of them were manga, and I'm probably gonna read some more manga too, because I've finished the last available volume for Waiting for Spring, and I just got approved for a bunch of stuff on Libby, and I'm really excited. But I did want to mention the 13th book I finished was Love from A to Z from S.K. Ali, and I'm really sad and disappointed by this book, if I'm being quite honest, which is disappointing because this is the second S.K. Ali book, and I think both of them have very similar issues, and I feel, I looked at the reviews for this book, and I'll explain myself a little bit better during my wrap-up too, because I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Obviously there are so many great issues talked about in this book, being a Muslim teen, and I really like S.K. Ali's perspective, because it's obviously different than my own, and she seems like her female characters are always these very strong and angry female characters, and I appreciate that because I feel like that's not something you hear too much about, being angry and expressive about the oppression you deal with, the Islamophobia she deals with. I just feel like there was so much happening in this story, and even though this was supposed to be a love story, I feel like the love story took a really, just sat on the back seat. I didn't understand why they liked each other. For a very long time the girl only liked him because he was cute / he was going through a lot, which is, I just think, really unacceptable to be like, I like you because you're sad. And obviously she was just a teen and she's not explaining it well, and there's more to it, but we never really saw the more to it until the end. Also, she was really cruel to him. He has MS, which isn't a surprise. It's in the synopsis, and it's a very serious condition, and she calls him out on being a chicken at some point for not dealing with it properly. And at that point, that was like 250 pages in, and I'm like, I don't understand how this guy likes her. And he apologizes to her later because he did say some like mean-ish things that could be perceived as mean, because he's just trying to play like devil's advocate, which I get she didn't want, but at the same time she was cruel to him. He apologized for the misconception, and it took her such a long time to apologize to him, and it just kind of felt like swept under the rug. They didn't have a serious conversation with each other for like the majority of the book, to like page 200 when they finally got to talk in the museum and they had a fight and she called him mean things. And it was just, no! And I really wish that if this was a love story that dealt with a lot of grief I don't know, that it spent more time focusing on supporting each other and things like that. In the end, they commit to like supporting each other and helping each other, but it just it felt forced, it felt false, and it feels like I should like this because this book covers a lot of serious topics, but I don't think it does it well, and it's quite disappointing as someone who has a physical disability and illness. I would not love that person if they were treating me this way, and I understand that she was going through a lot of grief too, but he had also lost someone in his life. There were so many messy things about this book that really hit home. I'm really upset. I think I am going to give it a 3-star on Goodreads because I think it just wasn't for me. It's not for me, obviously. Like a lot of the books I read from different perspectives, I won't understand. Even though I feel like personally I had a lot that related to this book. Probably some people with MS and some people who deal with Islamophobia, this book is for them. That angry teen who needs to be understood, it's for them. I'm rambling. So it's the next day. It's Monday, June 1st, so it is Pride Month, and I'm so excited to start my new TBR, but I'm gonna wrap up this vlog, and I managed to read so much during this vlog. It's kind of crazy. So as you guys saw, I finished Of Curses and Kisses by Sanvi Menon, and I gave this one a 4-star. It felt very whimsical. I feel like the first half, it took a lot of time to develop the characters, but in the end it really just rolled through, and it was very fun. The story is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, very contemporary. I apologize if you can hear the kids screaming, but it's a very contemporary story. It talks a lot about dealing with family expectations and things like that. It was also really interesting to hear about the rich perspective of life, because these people were loaded. So yeah, gave that book a 4-star, and then I went ham on the manga and I read 10 volumes. I read volumes 3 through 12 of Waiting for Spring, which I really enjoyed. It's not a new favorite series, it's definitely a 4-star series. I just really enjoyed it. It made me feel different emotions. It made me happy, and sometimes it frustrated me with the characters, but it was all around very enjoyable. I think there's one more volume that comes out August, which is cool because that's very soon. I thought I had to wait a long time, but I think it's coming out in the next few months. Hopefully it's not too delayed because of everything going on, but we'll see. But yeah, I really enjoyed the series. I would recommend it. It's definitely like your really fun shoujo manga, and I'm looking forward to reading more manga so I can make like a recommendations video. I just love manga so much. Definitely thinking about making an anime recommendation video too soon, but who knows. And then I picked up my favorite read of Asian Read-a-thon so far, Somewhere Only We Know by Maureen Gu. It was so cute. Basically the story is about a famous K-pop star and this guy who works for the tabloids, and he doesn't really know her music, but they do kind of have a whimsical day in Hong Kong. So it's all around great. They're both Korean American, they both come from LA, so there's a lot of just really fun aspects about this. You get a feel for the characters so quickly, and though this is kind of insta-love, it's done in such a fun way where it's just so enjoyable, and I really enjoyed this. I gave it a 5-star because I definitely want to reread it, and I want to read all of her books now because I just feel like she just has such a grip on the characters that was so fun. The next book I read wasn't that fun. So it was Love from A to Z, and I think I'm going to talk more about it in my wrap-up. I talked a lot about it already. I don't think I'm going to purchase any more of S.K. Ali's books because I just feel like they're just not for me. I don't enjoy them. I'm sure other people will. It just didn't float my boat, especially with the MS representation. I just felt very disappointed by it. So I gave this a 3-star, understanding that this book wasn't for my audience. And then last night, to kind of shift gears, I did read the first 2 volumes of Snow White with Red Hair. I love this anime so much, so I was like, you know what, let's read the freaking manga. I feel like actually that the anime is better because it takes its time. I feel like the manga, almost every chapter covers an episode, so if you think about it, that's like 30 to 40 pages covering what was covered in like a 20-minute show, because it was just like, you know how mangas are just shorter. I just feel like it didn't I needed to slow down. I'm so concerned, but hopefully it's going quickly because it does have a lot of volumes. It's going quickly because there's a lot more to tell. So I'm looking forward to reading more of it, but those first 2 volumes, I feel like you should really watch the anime first, which is weird because I never say that, but watch the anime and then pick up the volumes, and I'm hoping that the story grows exponentially, so we will see. Those are all the books that I managed to read for the Asian Read-a-thon. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I ended up reading like 15. I read 15 books this week. I was non-stop reading, and I'm very proud of myself. I read 15 books this week. That is so cool. Yeah, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this brought some light. I know it's a very hard time. Yeah, I have no words. I hope I could have brought some comfort to you during this time. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.